Another footage appeared, footage of a train carrying North Korean-supplied M1978 Koksen 170mm self-propelled howitzers in Russia. The Russian army is increasingly relying on artillery supplies from North Korea. The transfer of North Korean M1978 Koksan self-propelled artillery systems to Russia is a testament to this, states the head of the National Security and Defense Council's Center for Countering Disinformation, Andriy Kovalenko, on the Telegram channel. The delivery of M1978 Koksan 170mm self-propelled artillery systems to Russia and their shipment to Kursk region also indicates the loss of heavy artillery units by the Russian army and its shortage. So Moscow is increasingly relying on Pyongyang and becoming dependent, the head of the center noted. According to him, Russia is very dependent on North Korean ammunition at the front. More than 50%, and sometimes in certain areas, more than 70% of artillery ammunition and mines are North Korean, Kovalenko added. At the same time, Ukrainian intelligence chief Kyrylo Budanov said that this year North Korea may transfer another 150 short-range ballistic missiles to Russia, as well as additional howitzers. A Russian serviceman who was taking part in military operations in the Kursk direction suddenly realized that no amount of money is worth going to war. Well, fuck it. Run around under fire for these fucking 200,000. Has it really begun to dawn on them that only death awaits them here? I'd rather lie at home with my girl under a blanket, he says, but it's too late.
Yes, and not for the money. Happiness is not in money, because this is mortal money. Mortal money for these... Damn, the older generation watches me. It's not very pleasant to swear. I'm kind of a well-mannered guy, thank God. Well, for these damn, roughly speaking, almost 200,000, yes. For these damn 200,000 mortal, they don't bother me at all. Excuse me. To be running like this, under fire, no way, basically. I'd rather stay at home with a girl, cuddle under a blanket and feel at peace, and everyone is happy.
The First Presidential Brigade Bevi and the 92nd Assault Brigade repelled a Russian attack in the Kupiansk direction. The 1st Presidential Operational Brigade, Bevi, and the 92nd Assault Brigade are integral components of Ukraine's defense forces, actively engaged in countering Russian offensives, particularly in the Kupiansk direction. His elite unit of the National Guard of Ukraine has been pivotal in various operations. In collaboration with the Achilles UAV Strike Battalion of the 92nd Assault Brigade, Bevi successfully repelled Russian assaults in the Kharkiv region, notably near Kyiv. Formed in 1999, the 92nd Assault Brigade is a distinguished unit of the Ukrainian ground forces, originating from Kharkiv Oblast. Its Achilles UAV Strike Battalion has been instrumental in supporting operations alongside the 77th Air Mobile Brigade and the 1st Presidential Operational Brigade, effectively countering Russian advances in the Kupiansk sector. As of January 25, 2025, Russian forces have intensified offensive operations in the Kupiansk area, employing both mechanized and infantry assaults. Despite these efforts, Ukrainian units, including the aforementioned brigades, have effectively repelled these attacks, preventing any significant Russian advances. The situation remains dynamic, with Ukrainian forces actively working to clear the area of Russian presence. In summary, the 1st Presidential Operational Brigade Bevi and the 92nd Assault Brigade continue to play crucial roles in Ukraine's defense strategy, particularly in the Kupiansk direction, demonstrating resilience and effectiveness against ongoing Russian military actions. The 412th Regiment of Unmanned Systems Nemesis destroyed yet another Bukem 3 air defense system. The Bukem 3 air defense system is one of Russia's most advanced medium-range surface-to-air missile systems, playing a critical role in modern air defense operations. Its importance stems from several key attributes that enhance battlefield effectiveness. Sweden prepares largest aid package since 2022 with CV-90 repairs planned in Ukraine. The Ministry of Defense of Ukraine reported on the results of a meeting between Deputy Minister of Defense of Ukraine Serhiy Boyev and Brigadier General Johan Axelsson, Director of the Test and Evaluation Division of the FMV Swedish government agency. During the meeting, Johan Axelsson stated that the Swedish government is expected to make a positive decision regarding the allocation of a new military assistance package to Ukraine. According to Johan Axelsson, this aid package will be the largest since the beginning of the full-scale invasion. It should be noted that Sweden has provided a total of 17 military assistance packages worth 4.2 billion euros. A total military support of 6.5 billion euros is planned for 2025 to 2027. The parties also agreed on the details of contracts for the production of military equipment, such as CV-90 infantry fighting vehicles. They are supplied to Ukraine as part of orders from partners, and the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine plans to contract a batch of these infantry fighting vehicles on its own. It was also announced that a partnership is planned to be established for the maintenance and repair of these armored vehicles in Ukraine. We are talking about close cooperation with BAE Systems Hägglunds, which is to open its facilities in Ukraine for this purpose. It was reported that as a result of this meeting, an agreement was reached to develop a bilateral agreement to support the implementation of joint projects in the defense industry. Priority will be given to air defense systems, long-range weapons, and ammunition. The meeting also addressed the issue of satellite communications for the defense forces of Ukraine. It should be noted that the Swedish defense industry's assets include the RBS-70 man-portable air defense system, which is already actively used in Ukraine and is being exported in a new mobile version, serving as an excellent replacement for the Strela 10 and OSA systems. To detect air targets, the Swedish defense industry offers the Giraffe AMB radar, which is also in service with the armed forces of Ukraine. It is capable of detecting targets at a distance of up to 100 kilometers, and newer modifications can act as a counter-battery radar, detecting artillery positions at a distance of up to 80 kilometers. Among the long-range capabilities, the RBS-15 anti-ship missile should be mentioned. Its more modern modifications can be used against ground targets at a distance of up to 200 kilometers. It should not be forgotten that the Swedish company Saab is involved in the production and modernization of Taurus cruise missiles.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.